The new GTA Online update is almost here, and today on the show we have all of the news and information in regards to all of our new money bonuses, big discounts, free vehicles, some extra free rewards and challenges for players to participate in, and more for this upcoming week here in GTA Online. There's a lot to go over. We're going to be diving into it all, and this video will serve as your comprehensive sneak peek at the new GTA Online event that goes live in just about 12 hours or so from the time this video gets posted, about 4 to 5 a.m. Central Standard Time in the US. Convert that to your local time zone to see when it drops for you. So jumping into our bonuses this week, we do have a double money and RP on all Madrazo hits, which are basically those Madrazo daily bounties that you can do if you own a bail office. Normally they pay out $30,000. They're going to be paying out $60,000. That you can do that once a day. So instead of making $210,000 using the Madrazo hits for a week, you're going to be making $420,000. We also have double money and double RP on the featured series during the week. We have double money and double RP on double popularity on nightclub management missions. So that's pretty nice right there. Just throwing someone out of your club is going to give you a ton of popularity back. But if you did want to do any of the other ones for English Dave or things like that, or even Tony himself, you can just kind of like run around, stick the posters all over the place, and that will give you double popularity. Those still probably aren't worth doing, but bouncing someone out of your club or driving a VIP to the hospital or their house will be absolutely worth doing. You don't need to go back to your nightclub as frequently to fill up on the popularity because of that. And we also have double goods production speed on the nightclub warehouse. So while the goods aren't going to be double money when you sell them at the nightclub, I think this is even better because you're going to be producing more goods faster. And so really the only difference is that you're just going to be doing more nightclub sell missions, say if you're actively grinding the nightclub warehouse throughout the week. I mean, I know some players would just prefer the double goods money when you're actually just selling them, but of course this will allow you to do more sell missions throughout the week, which is just another roundabout way of getting a double money bonus, with the caveat being, of course, just the only extra time required is more sell missions. But say if you only have 5 hours to play throughout the week, that will get you much further progress on selling your nightclub versus just selling 5 hours worth of progress for double money. Kind of the same thing, but if you're actively playing the game, definitely potent way to make money. For one of our last bonuses as well, we do have triple money and RP on all HSW races throughout this week, which is pretty nice. We also have some other rewards to discuss. The peyote plants are actually going to be returning, so if you log into the game, you'll be rewarded with the Sasquatch outfit. That's pretty nice. And the peyote plants themselves, that's an insane way to make extra money and rank up, or I guess just rank up really fast. And if you complete any 3 races throughout the week as well, you'll receive the Dark Manor Racing suit and $200,000 within 72 hours of completion. And our weekly challenge, kind of stacking on top of the Madrazo hits, if you just do 3 of them, you'll receive a $100,000 bonus. So the normal $420,000 you're going to be making from Madrazo hits this week, add an extra $100,000, you're going to be making over $500,000 from Madrazo hits this week. Should you buy a bail office just to participate in the Madrazo hits because you can't do it without it? No, obviously, but I still think it's worth owning a bail office to do the most wanted target just once a day. That's an easy, call it on average $125,000 for 5 to 7 minutes worth of work. That's $45 million throughout the year just for spending 60 hours on bounty hunting, which, you know, that's on pace with doing the Dr. Dre contract for 60 hours and making $45 million. Just keep that in mind. So now let's move on to some of our discounts for the week because we have lots of crazy good opportunities. So starting off, the nightclub property plus all upgrades and modifications are going to be 30% off here in GTA Online. The nightclub is absolutely a property you definitely want to be obtaining this week. We have 30% off the Grati Turismo Omaggio, 30% off the Ubermacht Niobe, 30% off the Pinot La Carousse, 30% off the Gallivanter Baller STD, 30% off the Pegassi Toros, 30% off the Vapid Dominator GT, 30% off the Declassi Tahoma Coupe, 30% off the Lampadati Cinquemila, 30% off the Ocelot XA21. That's got a great exhaust note. You should definitely buy it and Soraya removed, along with a couple others we're going to be talking about here today. 30% off the Pegassi Zaruso, that's coming back, as well as Fister Comet S2, the Fister Comet S2, that is going to be 30% off as well. So those are our vehicle discount opportunities. When it comes to our salvage yard robberies for this week, these are going to be available all the way through April the 9th. Continuing here, we do have the Benefactor SM722 as this week's top range vehicle featured in the Gangbanger robbery. We have the mid-range Obey Omnis featured in the Podium robbery where you could steal it, and the Lampadati Casco mid-range vehicle featured in the McTony robbery. None of these are going to be claimable for this week. Once again, we don't have a standard range. We have 2 mid and 1 top range vehicle. Last week it was 1 standard and 2 mid-range. I don't know why Rockstar keeps switching it up. We should just have 1 standard, 1 mid, and 1 top range vehicle. I don't know why they keep doing this, but nevertheless, let's move on here to our 2 free vehicles for the week. At the Diamond Casino and Resort, your Lucky Wheel Podium vehicle for the week is the Pfister Comet S2. So that is going to be featured on the Podium and at the LS Car Meet, transitioning over there. The prize ride for this week is the Pegassi Zaruso. These are 2 vehicles that are discounted this week, which is kind of interesting. But if you want to get the Pegassi Zaruso for $0, just win LS Car Meet Series races for 2 consecutive days in a row, and you will get that car. Also continuing at the Car Meet, the Grati Brioso RA is going to be this week's premium test ride, and our other 3 rare and removed vehicles featured at the test track and the test ride vehicles are going to be the Hijack Rustin, the Vapid Blade, as well as the Pfister 811. And then if we move on over to Simeon's Premium Deluxe Motorsport and Car Dealership, we have featured here the LCC Avarice, the Benefactor Feltzer, the Vapid Hustler, the Dubachi Rapid GT, along with the Dinka Jester race car. And that is everything featured at Simeon's this week. Now let's move on over and talk about luxury autos. We have 2 vehicles, of course, that are being updated here. We have the Ubermacht Niobe along with the Vapid Aleutian. And then at the gun van for this week, you could take 30% off the railgun, which of course I always stress about it. It's a weapon you absolutely want to purchase, but it's worth buying at full price anyway, so get it for 30% off this week. And GTA Plus members, they could take 30% off the compact EMP launcher. We're seeing this one a lot. And then of course that L. Strickler military rifle continues here as $0 for GTA Plus members. Then when it comes to this week's premium race, time trials, as well as the FIB priority file. So the FIB priority file for the week is the Project Breakaway file. This week's premium race is Congestion Charge, locked to the Supercars class. This week's HSW time trial is East Vinewood to Vespucci Beach, and the normal time trial is El Burro Heights. So we overall have an excellent week here in GTA Online. We have 2 solid rewards with the peyote plants, the Sasquatch outfit, the Dark Manor racing suit with the $200,000. We have all the really good bonuses with the nightclub and the Madrazo hits, and some races with HSW if you want to do those. The weekly challenge with the Madrazo hits as well for some extra money. Great vehicle discounts, things like that. Overall, I would say a very, very solid week here in GTA Online regardless. I mean, has it been necessarily better than what we've been receiving recently? I would argue no, but it's still pretty solid overall. Like, this is just kind of the baseline of a decent weekly update that the community wants to see. We went through a really bad drought of some weekly updates in January and February, and so it's good to see March and the start of April here continuing to see, you know, just some solid opportunities, especially while we see what the GTA Plus opportunities are, you know, dropping tomorrow morning, things like that. And then we could probably get an inside look at what the double money or quadruple money opportunity will be at the end of this month, because at the end of February it was the bunker, at the end of March it was the hangar. Probably for this month, if that kind of trend and pattern continues, it may see we may see MC businesses on quadruple money or just double money globally for players at the end of the month, something like that. But anyways, we're going to be wrapping things up right here. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Make sure to check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube, and you can follow me at HazardousHDTV, specifically twitch.tv/HazardousHDTV. I love to interact with you guys over on there. I don't live stream on YouTube, I live stream on Twitch, so if you want to see some live gameplay, live interactions, you know, YouTube comments are cool, but I can actually answer your questions in real time on live stream when we're interacting and you're talking in the chat. So if you kind of want that kind of vibe, definitely check me out over on there. Anyways, hopefully you all have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow with the weekly update guide, and I'll see you guys then. Adios, amigos.